And I'll say, oh, he couldn't make it. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, everybody. I see that there's quite a few of you folks here already. How exciting. And I even, so good evening. And it should be fun happening. And Barbara's here, Barbara Every's here, who started this whole beautiful occurrence, which is awesome. Hi, Gail and Andrea and Kim and Mary Lou and Beth. There's my Beth. Beth and I just got done doing a streamathon. Uh, and I did the 10 to 1 a.m. slot, and Beth did an earlier slot. And it was Christmas in July, which not my favorite thing, but I managed to muddle through it. So there's a couple of, about 10 of you here. Hi, Janet. Good to see you, Stacy and Dana. Thanks so much for being here. I hope you've all had a chance to, what's going to happen in a minute or two. But I'm going to read first from All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, as I have been doing. And these latest essays have been about neighbors and his neighbors over the many years. He's moved a lot. Last week I read a passage about dandelions, and he didn't want to. He got very upset when people called dandelions weeds because he just thought of them as yellow flowers. All right, the name of this essay is Stick Polishing. The man next door cleaned his gutters yesterday. Downspouts, too. He's done it before. I saw him last year. Amazing. I was 40 years old before I even knew that people cleaned gutters and downspouts. And I haven't been able to get around to doing it once yet. I live in awe of people who get those jobs done, the people who live orderly lives, the ones who always do what needs to be done and do it right. I know of people who actually balance their checkbooks each month. I know that's hardly credible, but I swear it's so. These people also have filing cabinets, not shoe boxes, with neat, up-to-date, relevant files. They can find things around house when they need them. There is an order under their sinks, in their closets, and in the trunks of their cars. They actually change the filter on their furnace once a year. They put oil and grease on mechanical things. Their warranties runneth not out. Not only do their flashlights work, they actually know where the flashlights are. And they have extra batteries. When the car was last serviced, they know that too. The tools in the garage are on a pegboard right where they are supposed to be. Their taxes are based on facts, not hunches and prayer. When they go to sleep at night, their list of things to do has a line through every item. And when they arise in the morning, their bathrobe is right there beside the bed and it's clean, new, and socks right there in the drawer, folded into matching pairs. Yes, and as they prepare to walk out the door into a new day, they know exactly where their car keys are and are not worried about the state of the car battery or if there's enough gas to get to work. There are such people, ones who have it all together, exempt from the reign of chaos and the laws of entropy. I see them every day all around me, calm and easy pillars of society. They are the people in your high school yearbook you wanted to be, the ones who made it. Well, I'm not one of them. Out of the frying pan into the spilled milk is more me. Most of the time, daily life is a lot like endless chores of chasing chickens in a large pen. Life is an air raid drill, never mind the details. But I have a recurring fantasy that sees me through. It is my stick polishing fantasy. One day, a committee of elders will come to my door and tell me it is time to perform the ritual of the polished stick, a rite of passage for the good at heart but chronically disorganized. Here's the way it works. You get selected for this deal because you are such a fine person, and it is time you were let off the hook. First, a week of your life is given to you free of all obligations. Your calendar is wiped clean. No committee meetings, no overdue anything, bills, correspondence, or unanswered phone calls. You are taken to a nice place where it is all quiet and serene and zen. You are cared for, fed well, and often affirmed. Your task is placed. Your task is is simply this: to spend a week polishing a stick. They give you some sandpaper and lemon oil and rags, and of course the stick, a nice ordinary piece of wood. And all you have to do is polish it as well as you can whenever you feel like it. That's it. Polish the stick. At the end of the week, the elders will return. They will gravely examine your work. They will praise you for your expertise, your sensitivity, and your spiritual insight. No stick was ever polished quite like this, they will exclaim. Your picture will appear on TV and in the papers. The story will say, "Man who is good at heart and well intentioned has thoroughly and completely and admirably polished his stick." You will be escorted home in quiet triumph. Your family and neighbors will give you looks of respect as you pass in the streets. People will smile knowingly and wave and give you a thumbs up sign. You will have passed into another stage of being. But before then, but more than that, from this time forward, you may ignore your gutters and downspouts. Your checkbook and files and forms and closets and drawers and taxes and even the trunk of your car will be taken care for you. You are now exempt from these concerns. You are forever released from the bond of things to do, for you have polished the stick. Look at it hanging there over your mantle. Be proud, stick polisher. There is really something, and it is enough. And oh, don't I wish. All right. So go polish some sticks. I mean, I don't know who balances checkbooks anymore, but because of technology, it's not one of those things that you have to do. All right, the long awaited moment. Mike Deakin is here, and I'm going to, well, no, I don't think any introduction is needed, but Mike's here. And he's going to introduce the prompts.
Hi, everybody. Hope everybody's well on this fine Sunday. So your special mission is as follows. 1, glue fragments of food packaging. 2, add texture paste through a stencil. 3, stamp with white ink or paint. 4, add natural fibers, cotton or twine, etc. 5, add a die cut or stickers. 6, add a handwritten quote or phrase. 7, add drips or splatters. 8, glue a border with washi or paper strips. And your words for inspiration are destiny, balance, build, wrap, and double.
Poof! No, he's not going to blow up.
And I'm not going to explode this time.
No, he's not going to explode this time. So I hope you guys gathered this. These prompts have been out for a couple of, several days. And Mike has joined my Facebook group, so that if you do these, and I hope you do, you can post them over there. And Mike is kind enough, he said he'd be glad to look at them and comment. So
Absolutely. So like Anne says, I've joined the group, the Anne Lair's Art Hangout. So over the next week to 10 days, if you're going to share any of the projects that you create using these prompts, or anything that you're inspired to do using those prompts, I'll be able to have a look at it, and I'll be able to leave you a comment too. So, and don't forget, if you're also a member of my new Mike's Creative Collective Facebook group, you can also post your projects in there too as well. So that's fine. But because this is also a special Mission Inspiration, you're allowed to put it in the Mission Inspiration group as well. So you can do it across all groups if you want to.
Now that leads me to a question about your new group. That's just for Mission Inspiration, or is that for people that are using your products?
Okay, so the Mission Inspiration group, which has been going for 5 or 6 years now, that's still just for the Mission Inspirations. But the Creative Collective group is for any project that you're inspired to do, either using one of my products or inspired by a page that I might have created that sparked a little bit of inspiration for you. So anything that you've used for inspiration that I've done in any of my other posts.
Okay. All right. Because I wasn't 100% sure. And now, okay, I gotcha. So, like anything that you've done.
Yeah, absolutely. So, for example, my last video that I shared was kind of like two silhouettes
Yes.
done with gold embossing enamel. So, if you're inspired to create something that uses anything like I've done, then that's okay to share in there too.
Oh, good. Okay. Oh, I love those masks, or is that what they are? They're masks and stencils of the bodies.
No, they're little chipboard figures.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. They're pretty big.
6 inches. 6 inches.
Okay. And you did black and gold on them, right? You
Yes.
painted black and gold. Yeah.
It was painted black, and then I used gold embossing enamel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they were gorgeous. Okay. All righty. Well, I guess I'll start here. And I said to Mike, I'm embarrassed. I said to Mike, there's no colors. I'm always looking for a color, and he said, no, they're not using any colors this year. And I didn't even notice. And I've done a couple. And this is kind of my book for that. Let's see. This is the one from, I guess this is last week's, and I guess I used orange. I guess you must have used orange, and I used orange.
I think orange was one of the words for
Oh, no,
inspiration.
orange. Okay, orange was one of the words. Okay, and that was July's. Okay, and then I did one a while ago, and I don't even know whether I have this. Do I have the? No, I don't. I guess I didn't cut it out, but this is one that you didn't cut it out. No, this is one you did a while ago, and I've got others, back in the day, and that was just a 4th of July thingy.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the Mission Inspiration Facebook group have a separate journal that they do the missions in, but a lot of people just flit and swap and change between different mediums, different substrates. So, it's okay to do it on whatever you want to do it on.
I really like the idea of having, and you usually make a journal for that purpose.
Yeah.
And I guess really because you have the mid-month, you really need space for 24, obviously, because
I always do my mid-month on art tags.
Oh, a tag, the big tags. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
But like I said, you could do it in whatever you want to, because a lot of people do journal pages. Some people do mixed media projects. People do ATCs or tags, whatever they're comfortable doing. As long as you're inspired by it, that's the main objective.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, over the years, and we talked about this, 2016, you think is that the date that you started the Mission Inspiration?
That's 2016 was when I started sharing it with everybody.
Oh, okay.
Before that, it was a collaborative thing with other artists on YouTube.
And Shannon Green was involved, right?
That's right. Shannon Green was one of the very first to get the Mission Inspiration. Gina Ahrens was one of the first to get the inspirations. I think Cindy Utter was one of the first to get the inspirations. But it started out as just a way of collaborating with other YouTube artists. But people seemed to enjoy them, and asked whether they could take part. That's when I set up the Mission Inspiration Facebook group and started sharing it with everybody.
Okay, all right, okay. It must have been 2016 when I must have stumbled across you and started doing them. And I've got them, unfortunately, they're all over the place. They're here and there. Now I'm looking back, wouldn't it be great to have them in one space, even if it were a couple of volumes of journals? It would be great to just say, okay, here they all are, but mine are all over the place.
Well, foresight's a wonderful thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And let me say hi to Nettie just came in, and Aunt Bex, and Mitzi's here, and Cheryl. And so people are starting to roll in, which is great. And I think let me see whether I got everybody. Let me just check. And Barbara Clark is here. Barbara Clark and I have done your inspirations together. Rosemary Morris is here. Um, Rusty Peacock. Rosemary does amazing stuff. Um, and she puts together something, Mike, that she calls a caboodle kit. And it came from the expression the kitten caboodle. Everything but kitten caboodle is in it. And every month there's a theme. And this last month was Latin artisans, and then she makes a kit that you purchase that has more. You can make probably 2 or 3 journals out of all the stuff that she sends you. And she does a lot of eco dyeing and embossing, and the wax. What is the wax? Oh, encaustic.
Yeah.
I've never done that. That's very scary.
Yeah. Well, heat and wax. Yeah, very scary.
Yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you ever done the?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I'm far too much of a scaredy cat for that sort of thing.
Now you're designing. You're on the design team at Indigo, right?
One of their main designers. Yeah.
Yes. Now, have you always been in that position, or is that relatively?
No, I've had a relationship with Indigo Blue since about 2008.
Oh wow.
And started designing the odd project for them in the early days, and then it just got to the point where we were actually working with them almost full time, really.
Oh, good.
So yeah, a lot of their new projects, a lot of their MDF 3D projects, a lot of their new stencil designs, and obviously most of the Christmas designs for stamps are all designs that I've done, and Ian, my partner, has also done. Right. But yeah, we do quite a lot of projects with Indigo Blue now. A lot of their products that are being designed over the last couple of years are predominantly mine and Ian's.
That's great. I have a lot of their stamps. I love their stamps. I mean, way back. I mean,
yeah.
And I've been buying their stuff for a long time. And I know that this is kind of off track, but I saw you do a live demonstration with Indigo, and you were doing a new type of resin.
Not a new type of resin, but it was a 1-to-1 mix ratio resin. So there's no messing about with volumes and 23 parts to 1.
Yeah.
It just literally is. It's 1 part one and 1 part another, and it's demoldable within 30 minutes.
Okay, I did see that, and I was so impressed. Even though because I've always been afraid of that because of all of the moving parts, basically.
There literally are no moving parts in this one. It's almost foolproof. I'll say almost.
Oh well, no, yeah, that's cool because I did remember seeing that, and there was somebody the other day that I was watching that was doing resin, and I was trying to explain what Indigo had, what the product was, but I don't know whether they understood what I was trying to say, because it's
the Indigo product is called Fast Cast. Because once you've mixed it and you've poured it into your mold, it literally is about 30 seconds. 30 minutes, and then you can just peel it straight out again.
Oh wow!
So there's literally no leaving it for 24 hours. It's within 30 minutes you can take it out the mold.
That's amazing. I mean, we all want instant gratification, and 30 minutes and you.
Yeah. And it's still flexible enough to be able to bend it round if you want to, like alter a bottle or something like that. You can still, it's still pliable to bend. And then when you've left it for at least about an hour, then it sets completely hard. And then you can paint it and then wax it, gild it, do what the heck you like with it.
Is resin basically a type of plastic, or is it something altogether?
It's a liquid plastic.
Okay, all righty.
So there is a little bit of a thermal reaction, a little bit of a heat that you get from it, but not a huge amount.
Now it used to be, again, 2 parts. Now the resin have epoxy in it, or is that something else? Or
it's a different type. The clear is usually epoxy. This is polyurethane.
Okay, all righty.
So it's not as toxic.
Oh well, that's good. Yeah. Well, I can see comments. They're saying like Cheryl's going, "Wow, Mike," and I think people, I wanted to bring that up because I know that was my reaction when I watched you guys playing with it. It was wow. And again, you were able to play with it. 30 minutes is pretty, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's excellent stuff. Absolutely excellent stuff. The best that I've used in many years.
oh, okay, very cool. And I'm assuming now it only can be bought at Indigo, or is it being offered through other, scrapbook, or other art venues?
I'm not sure whether it's one of those products that they do through the distributors. Now I know
Oh,
they distribute their products through a company called Collins in the US. So
okay,
if your local craft stores are affiliated with Collins for purchasing, then they can get Indigo Blue products. So I'm not sure whether or not the resin is one of those. I can find out and let you know.
okay, all righty, okay.
It's just being able to ship those type of chemicals. I don't know whether or not
Oh,
an easy thing to do. So, but I can find out for you.
okay. I never thought about that. I mean, it is a chemical, and you probably have to have all sort of hazardous warnings on the package. And oh, look at all the warnings they put if you're, buying anything that has a lithium battery in it. You'd think you
Yeah,
were shipping, nuclear waste or something. But okay, all right. Well, that would be great.
yeah, I'll definitely find out for you. No
All
problem.
righty, because I was pretty intrigued by that product. And I didn't know whether it was being distributed by, say, like Simon Says, or some of the other distributors here in this country. But that would make sense. So the shipping would probably be an issue.
Mm.
Well, let's see what we can do with these prompts.
Okay.
I have to share this with you. I mean, I'm sharing it with the group, but and I copied it, and it was on a mug, and it's in. I kind of drew this, but I'll read what it says. All right, you have a little Ewok, and it says coffee spelled backwards is EFOC. Just know that I don't give EFOC until I've had my coffee.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
I love it. Who, I mean, I when I look at that, I'm trying to think who would even look at the word coffee and say, that's spelled backwards sounds, anyway, but somebody did. Okay. I just wanted to share that with, usually that's something that that's not an Ewok. Okay. Thank you, Gail. It's not. Oh, that's Yodi, right? Or yoga, or no, yoga is an exercise. No, it's the Yoda. Okay, sorry, Yoda. Well, he doesn't give an EFOC until he has his coffee in the morning. Okay, so there. Okay. Hi, Sherry. All right, so it's glue fragments of packing, and I used boxes. Not plastic, just boxes of various things. And I was gonna, for the color on one of my boxes, it's got blue, so I'm gonna slap some blue down. And Beth Shula's going, oh, and dear. I'm sorry. Beth, come on, you should know me by now. I mean, I know I'm known for sometimes my language. This is definitely a grown-up channel, let me tell you. Baby Yoda. I mean, I'm being correct, but left and right. Okay. I don't know I should know my Star Wars, but I don't. But anyway, I got a Muller's of elbow macaroni box, Cheez-It box, a value pack Chewy bars box, a lemon Italian ice box. And what I've done is I'm going to pick up this kind of blue to kind of slap down in the background. And one of the prompts is build. And I took it to mean building. So I made a bunch of buildings out of the boxes. And I'm going to paint the background bluish and then glue down my buildings, which is the word build. And I'm going to start there. And I hope you guys have had time to look at some of this stuff and follow along or do your own build. And I already have them cut out. And I didn't take a picture, which sometimes you should take a picture, but it doesn't really matter. I'll just get them down. There's my blue I'm going to use. or some shade of blue. And I'm going to use some watercolor. I just bought myself a set of Paul Rubens watercolors, and it's my best set I've ever. I mean, I usually don't buy good stuff for myself because I don't know. I don't think I'm worthy. So, Mike, you usually use the art crafts paints, right? The Americana or the folk art, or
For acrylic, yes. I do have a set of the Japanese Gansai Tambei watercolors.
Oh, I love those. That's just another. Oh, it's another world.
Yeah, and I think they're the only ones that have got metallics in them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a gold and a silver in the watercolor paints, which you don't often see. So I do like to use those occasionally, but when I'm just doing ordinary watercolor, I just use the very cheapest set that I can get my hands on.
Oh wow! Okay, all righty. I love the Gambi, and that's a Kurtaki product.
Kuretake, yeah.
Kuretaki, yes. And I just bought Kuretaki gem colors.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And pearl, which are metallics.
Beautiful, yeah.
And Starry Nights, more metallics. But that big set of 36 has as you said, it has the silver and gold.
Yes.
Have you seen they have a new set, a nouveau art set of colors?
No, I haven't seen those yet.
Oh my gosh, you got to look at them. They are, I mean, amazing. I think it's a set of 24, but it's the nouveau art based palette, and they're gorgeous.
I shall make a note of that one.
No, really, seriously, it's a wower. I haven't gotten them yet. That's another thing we have a tendency to do in these groups when we get together. We enable one another.
Spending enablement.
Oh, a lot. I mean, it's a problem. I mean, Dee Dee Willingham, I probably have more books that she's enabled me to buy. I think probably half of my art library is Dee Dee inspired. I guess that's a better word than saying enabled. Or it's amazing how much, and art supplies too.
Well, I've been trying to use up like shopping from my stash recently, so
that's right. You have
trying not to buy anything else for the time being.
Smash my stash. Is that what is smash the stash? Is that the?
Yeah, smash the stash or shop your stash.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of us could shop our own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Our own. Yeah, I could. And it's like everything is a new shiny toy, and I have to have it. You know.
It's difficult for me because I've got so many things sitting on the shelves, but at the same time, I'm also creating new stuff all the time as well. So it's kind of a difficult thing.
Yeah.
For a product designer, you can't really not use your new stuff.
Well, no, that's kind of what your job is to showcase the new stuff, not what you can do with the old stuff. But that's, I bought, I don't know if you're familiar with, it's called the scrap box. It's a fold out thing. It's huge. It's like when it's completely open, it's, I don't know, 9 feet, but it all folds up to be 3 by 3.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's made in Utah. And my son said, I know why it was made in Utah, because that, all the Mormon ladies are scrapbookers, and it was designed for scrapbooking. He lives in Utah. And it's basically used for scrapbook. It has totes, and they're all 12 by 12, and they all hold the scrap box. Yeah. And Jacqueline's has hearts. Yeah. Ridiculously expensive. And when I retired, I said, you know what? I've been working my whole life. I started babysitting when I was 13, and damn it, I'm going to buy it. And it took a while to get here. I had to hire a carpenter to put it together, and it took him 2 days to put it together. with my help, and I think I was probably more hindrance than help. But he was very polite. He didn't. He was very nice about. But I got tools for him and everything, and it came in this gigantic crate on a pallet. And what they said, they scared the hell out of me because they made it very clear in capital letters. They will not. They're going to drop it off at the road, and they're not going to bring it up the driveway. They're going to leave it in the road, and it's on you to get it from the road into your garage or wherever. And I was terrified. And then, of course, you had to have a road big enough where a tractor trailer could turn around in. I mean, all of these stipulations before they would deliver it. I do love it. I do love it, Jacqueline. And so I waited, and the guy finally arrived, and about 5 o'clock at night, after waiting several weeks, right? And he shows up, and he brings it down off the truck, and I said, well, will you bring it up my driveway? And I don't have a very long driveway. And he looked at me like I had two heads. He said, of course I'll bring it up your driveway. I mean, I'm not going to leave it here in the road. And I'm going, oh my God, because the company made such a big deal about it. He said, and he had like one of those pallet lifty things, and he brought it right into the garage. I mean, but I was terrified. I figured, well, if they left it in the middle of the road, I guess I could take it apart and carry it in piece by piece. But I was going to have it no matter what. It was going to get into my garage. So I hired this young man. I worked with his wife at school, and she kind of told me, oh, yeah, he'll do it. And I said, well, how much is he going to charge? And she said, oh, $15 an hour. And I said, oh, no. And she said, what do you mean? I said, $15 an hour is not enough, because this is going to be a bitch to put together. I'm going to pay him $20 an hour. And he was very happy with the increase, because it's got a lot of moving parts. It's got like 80 drawers, 80 various size drawers.
Yeah, I've seen them. They just pull right out, don't they?
Yep, and these are acrylic. I mean, the original ones were like cloth, but these are acrylic. They're heavy duty. Mike, can you show us some of your products? I don't think he's in there. He can't do that. I don't think he can do that. Tonight where he's at? Maybe.
Just having a look to see if I've got anything that I could maybe just lay my hands on. Let's see. I've got some ethereal figures.
Oh, yes.
So there's those. There's obviously the new chipboard figures, which I've showed you earlier.
I like
there's
that.
6, so 3 female, 3 male, different poses in there. Let's see, what else have we got? There's some like Rolodex cards, which are great for altering.
Oh,
what else have we got? He says just having a quick.
Yeah, I never thought about having. That was a good call, Beth.
Let's see. Oh, there's ready for Halloween. A new coffin-shaped tag journal.
Oh, yes, the tags. Yes, the coffin.
Coffin-shaped tag journal. What else have we got? They're all my new stamps. One of the new Christmas stamps.
Oh, that's great. Ho, ho, ho.
Nice and chunky. So there's those. There's about half a dozen of those. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is new. It hasn't been released yet, so this is a sneak peek.
Oh, wow. Look at those. Those are so cool. Big buttons.
Big buttons.
Wow.
So these have got the holes already in, so you can lace them with elastic and turn them into closures for journals.
Oh, wow.
Different sizes in there. So they've not been released yet, so that's a sneak peek. Nobody else has seen those yet.
What a great idea. And that's the heavy, that's heavier than chipboard, right?
Yes, it's wood. They're wooden.
Oh, wood. Okay.
Yeah, they're medite, so it's the CAB 2 compliant MDF, which is also water resistant as well. So
that is cool.
I'm just trying to think what else have I got. That was one of my 6-inch journal sets.
Oh, okay.
The holes already pre-done in for 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so you don't have to punch or measure. Just the wood. Let's see what else we've got here. Now then.
Oh, look at all the stuff you have. Good job, Beth.
Let's have a look. I've got quite a few bits here that I've not released yet, or some that I have released. So that's one of my Santos doll sets.
Oh, yes.
The cage doll.
Yes, Rosemary had one of those. She had a Santos kit where they made those dolls. Those things are really cool.
And there's also another product one here that I've not released yet. This is a shrine.
Oh, interesting.
So that's a kit where you put it together. It's a 3D stand up. So it's like a home shrine kit. That's not being released yet. So that's another sneak peek. And then I've got here a little winged angel set with articulated arms as well.
How lovely. You get a lot of, yeah.
So again, not being released yet. So you've seen quite a few bits and pieces there that nobody's seen yet.
Wow. What to look forward to. Now that's going to be on your website.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing I have gotten, over the years, I have bought several digi downloads from you guys, and I just want, the quality is just outstanding.
I'm glad to hear that.
Because I've gotten other downloads and it's kind of like, but yours are always very vibrant and bright and clear.
Well, I suppose that really does depend on your printer as well.
I know. Yeah, I know.
If you've got a bad printer, you're going to get a bad print.
Right. But I have a color laser brother printer, and I've gotten some disappointing results, let me say. And you guys, and I know it has to do with is the DPI, or is there some setting that?
Yeah.
Does that come from your end, or is that my end, or?
No, that comes from my end.
Okay. All right.
So to do proper print quality, you need at least 300 dots per inch.
Okay, that's what this dots per inch. Okay.
Yeah. So when you look at something on a screen, then it only has 72 dots per inch.
Oh, okay.
But for print, for it to be good quality, it needs at least 300. So imagine the same space taken up by 72 having 300 instead. So that's the resolution difference.
Okay. And that gives you the sharpness and the vibrancy, because you do all those pixels, crammed together.
Yeah, the sharpness, the picture sharpness. Yeah. And all the digi downloads that I create are always done at 300 DPI.
Okay. All right. Well, it's definitely evident. I just bought a whole bunch of downloads from another crafter, and I was disappointed. And Carol's here, the Canadian artisan. She does unbelievable sewing and embroidery, and she's in Canada. Oh, Canada. I always want to sing the national anthem from Canada. I don't know why. So I hope you guys are crafting along. I'm layering these. Yeah, let's see. I'm layering these pieces, on top, just to give it a little bit of height, I guess. And
you're creating yourself a bit of a skyline there.
Yes, like a bit of a skyline. And I'm using, this is a baby bot, and it's I guess a wood maker's glue thing, and it comes in bigger sizes, but It's gravity, and you just kind of squeeze it, and and they have bigger ones, but this is the baby bot, and my crafting friend Aunt Bex is the one that introduced this to me, and I have this filled with a mixture of PVA and glitter glue and barely art. I've got 3 different glues in here. And I didn't buy glitter glue for the longest time because I thought it had glitter in it, and I don't like glitter. And so I never bought it, but it turns out to be, it's a good glue. Now you usually use a glue sticks, right? Do you use wet glue a lot?
If I do use wet glue, it's either a spirit-based one, so because it doesn't wrinkle the paper.
Yeah, Spirit is like the clear kind of, is it like the old rubber cement glue that used to have?
That's exactly the stuff, yeah.
Okay, because I've noticed you've used that, and you have it in a little squirty thing that you can squirt. Okay, all righty.
One of those.
Yeah, those are great. Except this thing. This thing drives me nuts because it's always in, and then you're trying to catch it and it gets away from you, and you're like, okay. I understand the purpose of it, but sometimes it can be bothersome. This is glitter glue in here, but you can buy those and fill them with whatever you want, right? Now the spirit glue does that have quite an odor to it? Because I remember liking the smell of it as a kid. I don't know.
It can do different makes of different levels. So, but if you have it in little bottles, it doesn't really.
Oh, that's can't be that.
Yeah. You don't have to have the windows open. You're not going to get high on it.
Okay, all right. No paper bags required. Just kidding. No. Just kidding. I don't know why even, that was a thing. People sniffing glue in paper bags when I was in high school. I don't think it's a thing now. They have other things. There was another question.
Nitrous oxide now, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, do you use for your stick glue? I mean, do you use Uhu or whatever is around, or?
I can do. That's the brand that I use for the clear, for the spirit. But for white glue, PVA, then I'll use any kind of PVA. But if it's heavy duty, if I'm sticking wood together like the MDF, then I'll use the Indigo Blue Grab and Go because it's very thick and does literally grab straight away.
Okay, Grab and Go. All righty. That's a great name, Grab and Go.
Because that's exactly what it does. If you're sticking heavy stuff together, like chipboard and cardboard or wood, then it will stick and hold within a few seconds, and then you're okay to paint pretty much straight away.
Oh, that's a nice feature.
Because the worst thing is having to wait for glue to dry before you can add.
Yeah, it's right up there watching your grass grow and paint. Yeah, it's right up there. And that's nice thing about a heat guns, that it expedites the process, which is always nice. There was another question I wanted to ask you about. It's gone. It was there and then I lost it.
Has anybody else got any questions in the chat?
Yeah, I'm looking here. Oh, sounds better than Fabri-Tac. That's the other glue. That's kind of like a spirit glue. It's clear. Fabri-Tac.
So that Fabri-Tac's great if you're gluing fabric onto journal covers because that really does hold. Yeah.
And then there's Deakin 321 or 123, which I think is the same. Safia's here. Safia's from, she lives outside of London. We've got quite a few. So any other questions for Mike? And someone is asking if you ship to the US, please.
Yes.
Yes, he does. You can go to his website. And I mean, he's got a great website. It's like everything is beautifully organized, and you click on whatever you're looking for and your digi downloads, and And all the other stuff is all there. Yeah, Fabri-Tac has a way of getting stringy. It's like a glue gun. You know how you get those strings and you're kind of pulling on them. And yeah, the best glue, the glue stick was the best was Elmer's, in my opinion, was Elmer's Extreme, and they don't make it anymore. You can't find it, at least not in the States. And I noticed once you had a glue stick, and I think maybe it was a Dino Wakely. It was like a triangle. It got into corners.
That was a Diane Reevely.
Yes, I thought that was an interesting twist on things.
Yeah, I've still got a few of those.
Yeah,
they're not very expensive, so I tend to buy in bulk.
Okay, all righty.
I think here in the UK, I think you get 3 in a pack, and they're like £2, something silly like that. Not very much.
No, I haven't seen them here in the States. I haven't seen them anywhere in the States, but that doesn't mean.
I should imagine wherever there's a Ranger stockist, you'll be able to get them.
Yeah. See, where I am, there are no craft. There's no like craft stores. I mean, there's a Michael's, and which is a national chain, and then there's a Hobby Lobby, but which is another national chain. But apparently, Hobby Lobby is getting out of the arts and crafts business, and they're going to go to home decor. So I never liked Hobby Lobby anyway. Just don't like it anyway. Any other questions for Mike? Because I know it's very late. Safia uses Uhu. Uhu is pretty expensive here. I'm assuming it's expensive where you are too. Uhu is German, right? Is it German or French?
It's German. Here in the UK, we can get the clear from places like Home Bargains.
Oh, okay.
It's usually down the aisle where all the stuff for cars are sold. So if you've got a Home Bargains and you're in the UK, then you can get the Uhu glue from there. Again, cheap enough to stock up with.
Oh, that's good. No, it's pretty expensive. I mean, I get most of my stuff on Amazon. And you have a UK Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Right. Anything else? Hi, David. David's new to me. Nice. Welcome. Above Ann. Beth's going above Ann. Okay, what's above Ann? I don't know, Beth. Above me. Let's see, above. Angie's here. I don't know. I'm missing something, but that's not new for me to be missing something.
Maybe somebody's asked a question that's gone off the screen.
I guess, yeah. Dar's here. And Dar's been plane spotting, and I have no idea what plane spotting is. I don't know, but she's been busy plane spotting. I mean, I imagine what plane sounds like. Didn't they spot planes in World War II? They would, when they came in to bomb London. I mean, I don't think that's the kind of plane spotting. Mike, that isn't that old rubber cement from our yeah, that's what you're calling spirit glue. Is that old rubber cement glue from our childhood?
No, rubber cement was what they used to use for sticking airfix kits together with. So plastic airplane kits.
Oh yes, testers.
Polystyrene cement it almost like melted the plastic, so that's how it bonded. Whereas the Uhu is slightly different.
Oh, she's talking about the spirit glue that you said you use spirit glue. She was referring to the spirit glue.
I'll grab a bottle so you can see.
I'm sorry, Beth. I missed above.
There we go. So that's the one.
Oh, okay. All righty.
So, and then.
Okay. Oh, wow. I just like the old airplane testers glue for model planes.
So, but this is an all-purpose craft adhesive, really.
It's clear, right? Yeah.
and like I said, doesn't cause the paper to wrinkle.
So you take that out of the tube and you put it in one of those squeezy bottles? Oh,
Yep.
wow. Because when you're using that squeezy bottle, it looks like it's more liquid than it is in the tube.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I mean you can add alcohol to it to thin it down.
Oh, okay. All righty.
You just have to make sure you give it a good shake before you use it.
Right. Okay.
So you can use isopropyl alcohol, or here in the UK, surgical spirits would work.
Okay.
Or if you've got methylated spirits, but you need to leave it on the windowsill for the colour to clear first.
Okay.
Because our methylated spirits is purple.
Oh, okay. I would have never imagined that came out of the tube, the stuff that you were using. I don't know. I just
tend to give it a good shake before I use it to make sure that all the alcohol is,
Yeah. There's a pop-up artist, Duncan Remington, I think. He has a book on how to do pop-up stuff, and he uses that all the time, but in the tube. And that's the first time I'd ever seen the Uhu in a tube. And so, all right, I've got the city. There's the city and texture. And what I'm going to use for texture is a stencil, and it's going to be little squares, and that's going to be the windows of the skyscrapers. That was my thought. And I'm not a fan of stencils. I always make a mess of it. You get it underneath the stencil and all over the place, but that's the plan. I either put too much gunk down or not enough, but these are going to be, that's the plan. That's going to be the windows, and I've got some modeling paste. Okay, and let's see if I hope I don't mess this up too bad. And we'll just put it maybe in a couple of places and then kind of just draw in little windows. All right, here we go. I hope folks are doing this or planning to do it, because it would be great that you could do it and then have Mike see it and make a comment.
Absolutely. So like I said, I'll check every day for the next week to 10 days. And if there's anything there, I'll obviously I'll have a look, and I'll certainly leave you a comment, give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, I think that would be great. And what a great opportunity to have you look at it and say, hey. And I appreciate that, because I know you do.
My pleasure. So it's approaching 11 p.m. here now. So
okay. Oh, I wanted to say something. A couple of people have said to say hi to Ian from them.
I will do.
And well, thank you.
He's hiding in the other room at the moment.
He's hiding? Is he afraid?
No, he just wanted to make sure I had peace and quiet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he's welcome. I love his stuff. Love seeing all of it when he goes to the shows, to see all the beautiful steampunk stuff that he makes is amazing. All the bells and whistles and lasers, and it's another whole world of,
It certainly is.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Mike, for coming and making this list of special prompts for us. Ooh, not bad.
That looks good.
Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm not, and then I can highlight that. That's it looks like, doesn't it look like apartment windows?
It certainly does.
Yeah. All righty. Well, I'll do some over here and see how that goes. And Now I got stuff all over me, and which is fine. Part of the joy of crafting, right?
That's what it's all about, getting messy.
Yep. Well, I'll say goodbye, and again, this was great that we were able to work this out.
Yeah, my pleasure. Like I said, so I hope everybody enjoys their mission.
Yes,
I look forward to seeing what they all create.
I will be posting mine. That's for sure. And so you take care
Will
and
do.
stay out of
Thanks,
trouble. I know.
thanks to everybody who's come in and joined us for this session.
Yes, absolutely. Okay.
I will wish you all a good evening.
Take care, Mike. Thanks again.
Okay, bye, everyone.
Let's see. And how we doing? I know I haven't been following. Yeah, isn't that? It's nice to have him across from here. Let's see. From Mike, are you going to do an up? I can't see. Let's see. Are you going to do? Is it? Let's see. Sniff, sniff. Oh, Nettie. Alrighty. The chat in the in StreamYard is not cooperating. Let's see. What do we got here? Love the stencil. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I realized, that he was not going to, I thought he was going to go do with us, but then he obviously, it's just too late. And so I am, now, fortunately, I, had the prompts, obviously. And so I've been thinking about what I was going to do with the prompts. So thank you, Barbara. Thank you for making this possible. And Barbara says that this was Mike's idea. So, because I had mentioned him, in my streams, and this was his suggestion that he come on. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Susan. Yeah, I think it's going to be, and I've got some other neat things I want to add to this. And this is really sticking down. So let's see. Whoops. I'm always very nervous using stencils and texture. Slowly but surely. Oh, okay. Alrighty. I'm afraid to put that down up there. And I should maybe let me wipe. And maybe up here, I might just, I'm always envious of people that can take a stencil and just stick it in one space, and get it there and not anywhere else. And I'm always all over the place with it. So I'd like to stick some up there. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess of this. Yes, I know. I think it's one of those things, you either, well, you're right, Susan. I'm thinking of paint because I usually don't clean the paint off my stencils, but this is different. Thank you, Susan. That's a good point. Well, wait a minute. Let me. I had it in the wrong location, but I can scrape that up. That's okay. That's all right. It's okay. I had it too far over to the, what's this? Oh, that's okay. All right. I'm going to lead. I'm not going to push my luck, except I'm going to push my luck right here. And then I'm not going to do that anymore because I'm afraid. And what I'll do is I will color some in with like a magic marker or something. Yeah. Oh, I don't mind getting, I just don't want my piece to get messy. I don't mind getting messy, but I don't want my, and because when I glued these down, I have them layered and it's not even. So that makes it a little bit more trickier. All right. And then I squished it on that. Okay. I'm not doing any more. I'm just leaving it like that. That's it. That's all I'm doing. And I'll stick this over here. And I will take care of these as soon as the stream is over. And look, hardly anything on the back. Yeah, I love this stencil. And it's a Sean Petit stencil. All right, Janet. And there's four different designs on one sheet, and then I just cut it. Hi, Angie, if I didn't say hi. And then I cut them in quarters, but it was one big sheet. And I got some Timmy stencils. I got the I didn't show you what I had purchased because I was kind of felt funny about sharing, because even though that's something that we always show one another, what we're enabled. And I think, oh, Nettie, if Nettie's still here, I got the magic things. Oh yeah, I should wipe it up. Okay. Thank you, Barbara. I will right now. Yes, Mom. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Nettie, I got the magic. Nettie's leaving. Nettie, before you go, I got the magic pads, the magic thingy for the Big Shot. They are amazing. It's magic. And it's a thing that you use instead of the plastic plates on the Big Shot. And you know how those plastic plates get all bent and distorted, and these give you a much cleaner cut when you use the Big Shot. And when it gets warped, if it warps, you can just heat it with the heat gun to straighten them out. And I bought two, but apparently you don't sandwich the two. You put your dye on the magic mat, and then you put the regular plastic, the regular thing, the clear thing on top. When I see Nettie again, I'll have to ask her whether because I went online and looked at a video, and it showed you using one and not both, sandwiched. Okay, how's that? That's pretty good. And I'll take out a thingy. I buy my whatever you call these wipes, baby wipes. I buy them. Oh, Nettie, I was telling you, I got my magic pad, the magic things. And I've used them, and boy, I love them. You use one also? Okay. Because that's what it showed in the YouTube video when I went to see how to, to make sure but I bought two because you had two. And I wasn't sure, but you use one. yeah, I think they make a much cleaner cut. Much sharper. And I also bought, and I also bought the tonic, the big glass craft thing, which I haven't put down yet, but that's in the other room. I just, hi Kimberly, good to see you. You just missed Mike. He said good night. He was here for a while. He introduced the prompts and the mission inspiration. You have a cuddle bug. Now the cuddle bug is smaller, right, than the big shot. It's about yay big. I have the electric. Is it Genie? I have the Genie Junior, and it's about yay big. But it takes the same size plate as the big shot does, but it's electric, and I won it. On a Defy auction that was the prize, and I won it, and it came with stencils, and I don't really like it that much. I guess I like and then I have the little sidekick, the little tiny one that you can crank on. All right. Is that good? It's all clean. And that was probably a very, very, very excellent suggestion. Otherwise, this would be soaking in Murphy soap. So thank you for pushing me to do that, because I have a tendency to kind of ignore that. All right. So let me check off what I've done so far. Let's see what we got. We got glue fragments of packaging, add texture, check. Okay. I have to add stamp with white ink or paint. Oh, the gift alone? Oh my God. It would cost a fortune to ship. It's very, very heavy. All right, I'm going to do that, but I want to show you, and I don't know who had them or who enabled me, but I couldn't resist. I got the creative blocks, and these are all bits, archways and Doric columns and Timmy stamps. I just couldn't resist, and I don't know. I bought it. It's mine now. I own it. But the next prompt. So now what I'm going to do is, I don't have white acrylic ink. I have white paint, but I'm going to use gesso, because that's what, and we're going to pretend that's my paint. And I'm going to use a roller, and I'm going to try to paint. I'm going to try to print some white stuff here, and maybe a little bit down here. And I shouldn't have covered that. I wasn't thinking I was going to leave that navy blue, because I knew I was going to have to add white ink or paint. So, okay. Yes. And I'm using white gesso for my paint. Hi. I said hi, Mitzi, I think. Hope I said hi to everybody coming in. Okay. So I'm just going to do a little gesso over here. I like using white gesso, more so than white paint. I'm going to stick this up here. And I am happy with the way my things reminds me of there used to be there was a show that would come on after the news, and it was called The Late Show. and they would have a movie, and then from like 11:30 to 1ish, and then after that there would be the late late show, which would be another movie, and the graphic for it was like just apartment buildings with just little lights on them, lights in various apartments, and this reminds me of that. I know that's a long, complicated story. All right, so what I'm going to use is what am I using it? Is this set of stamps? This is another. Oh, you have a crossover. The cylinder moves up and down by a dial. You only need 2 plates for it. Oh, wow. And crossover is the brand. Interesting. Okay. This is I love this set. This is the mini media marks, and they're like scribbles. And I think you can buy larger ones if these are the minis, but this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to do these lines here in white gesso. And but these are fun. I like these a lot. And the indigo stamps that I have my Allison. No, I don't. I like them. I don't cut them apart. I leave them. I like to put them back in the little thing that they belong in. I'm very, yeah. Yep. I don't cut them apart. All right. So what? Yeah, they come right out. They come right out, and then you put them right back. And I even keep. This is another great collection too. This is a wonderful field notes. This one's fun. This one's got all, and if you want little numbers for things, it's got all the little numbers and field labels. And this one's great. I mean, you can use this for so many different, for tags and stuff. This is a very multi-purpose set of stamps. And I keep them in the little. It's like putting a jigsaw puzzle. Yeah, you like these too. These are great. To name some of my. All right. I still can't. Timmy stamps. They have like these 3 holes, and I bought the 3-ring binder to put his stamps in, and I don't like them. So now I just have them in like clear plastic containers. But and then I have my smaller stamps. I have them in CD cases, empty CD cases. How many of you use CD cases for your smaller stamps? I saw somebody use that. So this is what I'm going to try. I'm using a roller. And let's see. And I'm going to try to. I'm going to stick this right here. Yeah, it's hard. The white ink. You use CD cases too, Sharon? I don't know if I said hi to you, Sharon. If I didn't say, I'm saying hi now. Yeah, some crafter I saw that used CD jewel cases for stamps. But I got to where I had too many stamps. I do too. Ta-da! That worked. All right. So that's kind of at the top of the building. You've got like the penthouse. They've got special windows at the top of the building. And I can maybe put, I have the scrap box thingy, and it has the totes. And so you got totes that are this size, and that holds all my stamps and the CDs. And so that just slides into one of the slots up here. the ones that are really hard to store are wooden stamps. I mean, I know some people have those like old printer trays and printer boxes where they can lay all the wooden stamps out. I just have them piled in one of those things. And then I have my foam stamps, my handmade stamps, and I have those in another tote like that. But just really, Ann. Let's see. Stick this here. Wipe that off. Wipe that off. Okay. Now, let's see. I will put one over here, but I don't know whether it's going to show that much. But and then I'm going to say it's done. Okay, use binders and plastic sleeve page protectors. Yeah. And I've seen like heavy duty plastic envelopes that come in the size of those Timmy stamps, heavy duty plastic, but then you'd have to find some place to stick those, right? So you can kind of see it. I'm going to check this off as done. That came out well, and I didn't mean to do the windows here because I knew I was going to have to do this, but it's okay. I don't know whether I could, let me see. Maybe I can get some down here. Yeah, I got some down there. Maybe I got more gunky on here than with just. Okay, well, that's all right. Stick some here. Oh, I can put some here too. I'm getting carried away now. Tell me, someone's been tell me, stop. Oh, that's where I saw them. Yes, Sherry, that's where I saw them. And we'll stick some here. Yeah, you can't see those. And that's not going to show up because the Cheez-Its is. All right. Whoops. Okay. I'm going to mark that done, and I'm going to clean this up off my, because I don't want gesso on my, dry gesso on my stamp. I have some neat ideas for some of the other problems too. And I should have taken a picture when I put those down, and I didn't. So when I put these back down, they're not in the same, but that's okay. All right, that's good. That's all good, and I will stick this back in my. It's just like doing a puzzle. You just stick it right back in there. There you go. Just like new, except it's got just a wee bit of gesso on it. But this is I like this. And I think Colleen is the one that had these. The prompt that I just did is stamp with white ink or paint. That's the number 3. That's the one I just did. And I'm going to check off build because I've built a city. So that's build was the inspiration for the city. And I think that counts. So I'm going to check off build and natural fibers and twine. That is going to be, wait until you see, this is where I think the funny cute factor comes in. But you'll have to tell me whether you think it's funny or cute. Here's my twine. I have more of this. I just haven't. And Whoops. Okay. All right, so here's my piece of twine. Good night, Gail. It didn't show? Okay, that's good, Gail, because I was very, very, very nervous. So I'm glad it didn't show. Yeah, I guess if you have white alcohol ink, I just don't have any white ink, you know? So this twine is going to go across here, all right? And then I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I just have to figure out how to, maybe I'll just staple it for now. All right, I'll tie a knot here. All right, I'm going to tie a knot, and then I'm just going to staple it, and then I'll figure out a more. Yes, it could be lots of power lines, but I'm not going to do power lines, but yes, that's a great idea. Idea, as we would say in New York, idea with an R. All right, let me get my, oops, oh no, no. I call this a stapler, but I guess some people call it a fastener. I don't know, it's a stapler to me. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to staple this here. Whoops. Right about here. Feels like, no, I guess that's pretty thick with double cardboard. Okay, this is going to go here. All right. And then I like that idea, though. I really do. I could have, that's a really, oh man, I really like that idea, Susan. Just take a whole bunch of black thread and just have power lines everywhere. I could still do that, but I want to do this because this also, okay, let's see. This is going to go here. I'm going to put a knot there. Yeah. Some people call it a fastener. I call it a stapler. I like it. But I tell you what, the first one I bought didn't work. So I bought a second one. All right, I'm going to stick this here. Oops, that's the other. Oh, okay. All right, so this goes here. Yeah, that's good enough. All right, so this is going to go here. Now, hi, Mariah. I was in your stream today, and I don't know whether you saw it, but when you ladies were talking about Georgia O'Keeffe and female body parts, I typed in poor Josh. And I don't know whether he saw it or you saw it, but I thought about him. Okay, so now, one of the inspirations is balance. So I have Timmy girls balancing on the tightrope. And so I wanted to do that so I could use balance. And I have another one of her. I had two Timmy girls, right? And I lost one. So then I couldn't find it. So then I made a copy of the one. That's who I'm thinking of, the Flying Wolandas. And so I have the other one. So she's a little bit bigger. So we'll pretend that she's in the front and she's in the back. Okay. So I'm going to stick those on, right? I have the other one here. And so now I get twine, right? Balance and double, because I've got two of them. So what do you think of them apples? 3 prompts in one fell swoop. The flying Wolandas. But I still like the idea of the black, the power lines. I think that would be really cool. I think that's. I like that a lot. I might just do that. I think that's just a really. I want to wipe off this gesso because I know I'm going to stick my elbow in it. I know it knows it for sure. I don't care about so much on this because that's all right. Let me stick that there. So, all right. Let me glue these guys down. Aren't they cute? I think I should do a little thingy around them though, right? A little edging on them so we can see them because that's what you're supposed to do. I never knew about edging stuff. When I first started crafting, I didn't know what that, putting an edge around stuff. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. Thinking, what's that all about? Because there's a lot of stuff I never heard of. But, as you watch people, you learn all sorts of neat stuff along the way. And hopefully every time you watch somebody, you pick up something that you didn't do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could do that because but I thought black thread would look even more like I got this thread here, You could see that. This thread is, okay, you can tell how old it is because it's on a wooden thing, right? This was my grandfather's. And he's been dead since 1976. And he was an upholsterer. And I'm still using it. All right. I'm going to. Oh, there they are. I keep on losing these girls. It's okay, Bex. I got my laundry done yesterday and the day before. I used to do it all in one day. And now I just do my clothes one day and the sheets and towels another day. I've got to step out for a second because Miss Lily decided to go out into the garage when I started the stream and she wouldn't come in. So she's out there and it's got to be 100 degrees out there. All right. So I guess that's pretty, let me do this one. This is the one I made, took a picture of, and then I glued it down on a little piece of cardboard. Wait a minute. What? I found the missing one. That is so weird. She was over there all the time. Here I thought I'm so confused. I made 2 of these and I cut one out and now the 2 original ones showed up. Do 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 do. Hi, Christine G. Good to see you. Okay. So I don't know whether, doing the prompt list this way is the right way. I don't think it really matters, but I took them and tried to kind of build a story of sorts, like the traveling Wolandas, tightrope walking across the Manhattan skyline. I don't know, but okay, stick her there. Because when you get the people, you get them in like all different sizes. So I love these 4. They are dried in the dryer. Yes. Okay. Alrighty. So let's see if I can't get a little dabble doer. What glue should I use? I got all sorts of glue. I got glitter glue that has no glitter. And we'll try that. See if that'll hold. Oh, that's too bad, Beck. Ta-da, 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 ta-da. Oh, I know why that's better. I forgot to put that lamp up. It's been glary all. Okay, I'll go check on Lily. Thank you, Mitzi. She should be right by the door. She should come in. Lily? 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 Well, come on. Well, come on. Well, hello. You yelling at me? Well, don't yell at me. It was your choice to go out there. She was yelling at me. Well, it was her choice. Thank you. Yep, she's in. She was right there. I got her. I got Miss Lily. Yeah, I did. She's back. She's here. Just before I went to stream, I got an alert from the Weather Channel, right? And we get them quite frequently, right, this time of year. But it had 2 explanation points, not 1, but 2 severe thunderstorms. The last allowed public flying Rolando without a net fell to his death. Oh. Yeah, she wants the AC, that's for sure. There. I don't know that you can see them. I mean, they're kind of, but I guess you can. I'm liking it. I think it's looking pretty cute. Stick that up there, like so. Okay, so I got 3 things, right? I got balance. I got double. I got natural fibers. Now the next thing is add die cutter stickers. You're okay. You're all right. So I have both. I die cutted. Is that a word? I die cut. I don't think there's a word that's cutted. Some flowers. Now, I could just stick these down on the bottom, like like a tree grows in Brooklyn type of thing. But I don't. And I just kind of stick those here, and maybe. Well, it kind of does look like a tree, doesn't it? I'm not so sure about that. I mean, that could look like a tree if I took that off. Could look like a tree, right? Huh. All right. I have sticker. I got myself covered here. But I cut these out of the packaging. Yes, I don't have an umbrella though. But that would be a good idea. I mean, I could draw an umbrella but I have a sticker. So fear not. There is a sticker here. And I have a quote. So I have the quote, and the quote's going to be pulled by a plane that's going to fly across the sky. And the plane is the sticker. It came out of that sticker book. That's not a sticker book. They do prune trees in the city, and they do look like that. And I have a bunch of those. So I maybe I will go back and put those in. So I made like a little banner, and the quote is, "Life is a tightrope, but humor is the balancing pole that keeps us steady." So that's going to be my quote. And I don't know whether that'll focus or not. Kind of. So that's going to be, you know how the planes pull the things? So that's going to pull that across the skyline. That's the plan. So I've got the quote and I've got the sticker. I'm getting there, folks. I'm so excited. Look at Ann getting really thinkable. Yes, I'm getting thinkable. I'm deep in thoughts. I'm not happy with that, but I'm going to put it down, and then maybe come back. And you know what I look for? I was looking to see if, and I found something, but I typed in cloud puff font. I was looking at like puffy cloud font, and I found some, but it wasn't puffy enough. You know how when they drag those things across the sky. I mean, we used to see them at the beach all the time, and as a kid. And then when you got towards the end of the message, it would kind of fade out, like, "Will you marry me?" And there would be no, name at the end of it because it had dissipated. The contrail had. I think that's what they call a contrail. At least that's what they call it when the rockets go off. You can see the contrail fade, but that's okay. But I thought that was a interesting quote, because then I would get balance again, because balance is in the quote. And I'm thinking of the plane. I know this is a stretch, but I'm thinking of the plane as destiny. When you get in a plane, you're traveling to a destiny. Oh, you still get them? We have them. They fly over every day always. Geico. Interesting. I think Geico, speaking of Geico, I haven't seen too many of their commercials lately, but they used to have really funny commercials. All I see is that stupid idiot with the emu. I'm sorry. And now he's got a little kid and a baby emu. And I don't particularly care for that commercial. I haven't seen a Geico ad in ages. Maybe they don't write insurance anymore in Florida. A lot of insurance companies bailed on Floridians after the hurricanes and stuff. They decided they weren't going to, This is the Xyron. Why isn't that coming off that? Oh, there it is. And this is one of the greatest little, this is the 1.5-inch one, or the 2-inch one, and then I have a 5-inch one. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, sticky. It is sticky. I just put a new roll in. Just don't tear it. Don't tear. Don't tear. Don't tear. Don't tear. Take your time. Take your time. No. Ooh. I thought I had torn off the. Kind of a waste of gas. We all know who Geico is. Yeah. All right. So we'll put him here. No, the sticky didn't go on that one. That's okay. I'll put a little dab of glue. All right. Just put a little dab will do you, right? Dab, dab. I do like this applicator. Okay. And then we'll put, and then I'm going to have another piece of twine, because it's going to be pulling this across the skyline. Okay, that's the plan. And let me do this. Close that down, get another piece of string. Let's see. I want a little piece of string. Yeah, that was not too smart, Ann. Well, since when you're not. Okay. I just need a little piece of string like that. Just a little piece of string. How are we doing? Amanda brought me his highlight. Okay, yeah, the tape, the refills are expensive, and you've got to be careful because they have two types of tape. They have repositionable tape and then regular tape. And I had ordered the regular tape, and Amazon had sent me the repositional tape. So I contacted them and I said, hey, you sent me the wrong tape. I wanted the regular tape, not the repositionable tape. And of course, they said, okay, just keep it. Don't bother returning it. We'll send you another thing of tape. And what did they do? They sent me another one of repositionable tape. And I just gave up because it's really no big deal. It doesn't matter. So technically, I guess I could reposition this, but all right, let's see. If it's repositionable, maybe I should be able to pick this up then, right? And reposition it? No. Yes. Okay. So it's pulling this. I'm just going to stick that right under its little tail. And we'll just stick that there. Do you think I embarrassed Mike when I did the evoke thingy? He thought that was funny. Probably not used to sometimes my crassness. Beth, I just think that Beth was the saver. Beth was so great when Beth asked him about whether he could show us any of his products. That was a brilliant, absolutely brilliant, Beth. If you're still here, thank you so much. That was a great call, super call. And I think he really appreciated that. And he had quite a bit of stuff to show us. He can loosen up, he'll be okay. Ta-da! I think it's wow. This has been fun. It's like building a puzzle, piece by piece. Okay. So I can, oh, look, there she is. There she is. No, I can't have three. I know we're not supposed to have two. We're supposed to have three, but I have two, Barbara, because I wanted to use double. Double the pleasure, double the fun. Yeah, he really does. And their digi downloads are really very bright and shiny. All right, so I got my stickers, and I probably will put this down, take this off. Well, you could cut it, Ann. And add that like a tree. And I have a couple of these, so I think I will do that. I think that's another great idea. All right, so I've got the handwritten quote or phrase. Again, life is a tightrope, but humor is the balancing pole that keeps us steady. Okay, now it's add drips and splatters. Ooh. Drips and splatters. That's a bother. I could do drips that would drip down around the windows, but I kind of like the windows. And actually, I really think I'm going to go around and, draw around the windows. So I could do a light splattering. Yes. And they're also on my community tab on my YouTube channel. And now you can open the community tab on your iPad. YouTube has finally allowed that to be. It just cannot be raining on the girls. Well, I could cover the girls. How about just a really light, an essence of splatter, not a full blown whack, whack, whack. Because I will cover the ladies. We want to keep the ladies. Let's see. Yeah, keep a lady there. Oh, mud splatters. Yeah, that would be interesting. Or, the thing is, if I do white splatters, hi, PNM Artist Studio. That's Mariah, Patricia. Is that Patricia or Mariah? Or both. The essence. The white you're not going to see. There's always gold, right? It could be the golden goose or whatever. Black, no. Oh, it's Mariah. That's what I thought. But I thought, okay, never mind. I thought I saw Mariah, your name Mariah, but I guess it was PM Artist Studio. Okay, I'm okay. All right. I think they might fall. Every picture is real. What do you mean they might fall? Every picture is real, right? Yeah. Gold, white. I don't know. This is. I'm really silver. I could do silver. I've got silver. I could do silver. Hey. Oh yeah, you're talking about Josh. Yeah, he's a sweetheart. I mean, I love reading body language, and I was watching his body language today, and he was hanging in there. I tell you what, and every once in a while, there'd be a little smile on his face. He is a neat kid. He is a neat kid. I think that while you guys are gone, I think Josh and Brad should go live and see what kind of trouble they could get into. I think that would be fun. I know, and he wants to hang out with you guys. Well, that means that you guys are really cool. But wouldn't it be funny if Brad and Josh did a stream while you guys were up in Maryland? I'd put grunge around the windows. Yeah, well, I'm gonna do something around the windows. Some of the windows, not all of the windows. All right, let's. Silver. Okay, I got some silver. I mean, like red or blue. I mean, you can't really use a color. I think it would be hysterical. Give them a box of crayons and some paper or finger paint paper, or let them. I'm sure that they could do some gel plate prints. I'm sure they could. Let's see. What do I got here? Charcoal black. No. It could be like raining soot in the city, right? Soot in the city. Instead of sex in the city, we could have soot in the city. All right. I guess I can use, what am I doing? What am I doing? I had that stuff out and I showed you. I showed you all this. Oh, there it is. How about, I got this light, like this really light gold. I think I got stuck on mine waiting for the texture medium to dry. Yeah. Oh, come on. I think he's afraid to go live. No, I've seen him live. He didn't think that was a good idea. See, I've got this coppery gold. Yeah. I think it would be adorable. Uncle and nephew streaming together for the first time. Well, I'm glad he's busy and he's got lots of orders to fill. That's a good thing, right? Ooh. Has anybody seen the nouveau art set of these Gamby watercolors by Kurt Tacky? They are. I've been resisting. I haven't bought them, but those are my colors. I love those colors. Okay. All right. I'm just going to do just a little, yeah. And I think I'm going to do this color here. And let me get the fan brush. Are they good? Yeah, they're good and shiny. I think that's them over there. Okay, Kim, I will approve you when I'm done here in the Facebook thing. It just popped up on my iPad. All right, let me get the... Where are you hiding, fan brush? It's hiding on me. Oh, there it is. I got... You're fine, Susan. You just chat away. Be my guest. Chat. I'm loving it. Kimberly is too. She gave you 2 X's and an LOL. I listened to a comedian's podcast. Her name is Paula Poundstone. I don't know whether you're familiar with her. You know, she's been around quite a while, and she's got a podcast. It's called Nobody Ever Listens to Paula Poundstone. And she can be a little rough around the edges. And she's really, she's very funny, but you've got to have that kind of bent sense of humor. And she did a whole thing about how she didn't like the LOL, because she said, are you really laughing out loud when you type LOL? You love her. I do too. Oh, good, Kim. Yeah. Have you ever followed her podcast? Because it is funny. I would love to see her, live. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you. I am on prompt 7 of 8, about to very reluctantly splatter. All right, I'm going to close my eyes, so don't tell me what it looks like. All right. Done. There. It's splattered. And you can see it. It's gold stars. Probably since the 70s and 80s, yeah. Well, she's also See, that's a nice color. She's also a guest host, a guest panelist on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, which is another one of my favorite. It's not a podcast, but a radio show. I love Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. Yes, the complete list. All righty. So that's done. And let me check that off. Oh, we got 5 minutes left. Uh-oh. Oops. Okay. And the last thing I got, and I'm going to check off Destiny because I think a plane is Destiny-like. So I'm calling that Destiny. And I didn't do wrap. And I'm going to still go around the buildings with a fine point pen. And I have to glue a border with washi or paper strips. So I've got very, 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 very thin washi tape. And that's what I'm going to use because I don't really want to screw this up because I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Mikey, I like it. So I'm talking about really thin washi tape. So it's going to be there, but it's not there. Do you know what I'm saying? She's 63. Okay. Wow. Okay. 63. I didn't realize. Well, I guess, yeah, we've all been around a while. You know, she adopted a whole bunch of kids. I mean, handicapped kids. And she's got some, she has 14 cats. And somebody asked her once, why do you have 14 cats? And she said, because I don't have 15. That's so Paula. And she's got there's a whole bunch of, there's 3 or 4 people on Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone. Adam Felder, who also is a guest panelist on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me. And then she's got her manager, the woman that manages her. This is Great Washi. I can't feel it because my fingers are all crusted in. It's there somewhere. Oh, there it is. I got it. I got it. Okay. Bye, Barbara. Thanks for being here. I hope you finish it and post it. I hope you guys try this. It was fun. Look at that. See, that's perfect because it's subtle. Subtly there. Suddenly? No, subtly. Subtly, it's suddenly there. Okay. All right. And we'll flip it around this way. Yeah. It's going to need a little glue, but I'll go back and glue that. I just want to get her done and say it's done. And I'm gonna outline the windows and maybe put a light on, maybe a light or a curtain or two. And after I finished last Sunday, I went back and I added a whole bunch more butterflies to my pop-up butterfly thing. Oh, and my sister, that was for my sister's birthday, and she got it, and she absolutely loved the butterfly card. She absolutely loved it. And she said she saves all of the cards. She's got them all. I only make birthday cards for the immediate family. But she loved the butterflies. But I added a whole bunch more. And I did an IG. I did a YouTube. I did an IG. The butterflies on my IG. And it's playing to the Beatles' Sunshine. And that was one of the choices. And I was surprised. But, you have an audio list of, music that you can pick. And I figured that would be copyrighted. But so if you haven't seen the completed, finished butterfly thing, and it's also on the Facebook page too. Up, oops. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Here we go. Ta-da! And look at that. It's 7 o'clock. Bingo. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It was awesome to have you here, and it was awesome to have Mike here. Have a great week, and I'll probably see you out on the internet somewhere. So have a great week, and bye. And thank you. Thank you, Janet, for putting the word out and all your help and everybody else. Bye-bye.